Because I feel like the world is in its content creating era, and if I want to jump on the train, we can't just like record videos and upload it anymore. We gotta edit it and make it look cute now.
You gotta be
That's something
everything.
that I don't know how to do.
Yeah. You gotta be on TikTok. You gotta be on. Before it used to be that you could be on Vine. Like people would be on Vine, and they record one video and that was it.
Vine. This girl that I went to school with in like middle and high school, she like got famous on Vine, and then her life just took off. And I was like, dang, I didn't know that you could do that as like a career. And then now that we're in 2023, I feel like everybody's doing that, or mostly everybody's just following their creative like mind. So
Diving in. That's what I'm saying. Like, and there's so many like opportunities out there for like creators and people with like cool personalities. I feel like, hence why we are doing this.
Yeah.
That being said,
welcome,
welcome to the pod.
That's crazy. This is crazy.
Yeah. So welcome to the pod.
Welcome.
My name's Adriel.
My name's Shaquille or Shaq, whichever one floats your boat.
Yeah, and we're boys. We decided to put this together because it just felt right.
It felt right.
It felt right.
Yeah.
We were getting ready to go out. I think it was last weekend.
Yeah. We were at dinner.
We were at dinner.
Yeah.
We were at dinner last weekend, and we were just chilling in your couch.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, like, what if we started a podcast?
And I know that we talked about doing it like jokingly, like we were like, oh, like what if we were like we would talk about this, we would say that or whatever, but you looked at me and you were like, what if we just actually did it and like stopped talking about it? And I was like, honestly, respect. And here we are.
That's what we're here. It's just too many moments. Like I feel like whenever we hang out, like there's just so many moments that I'm like, fuck, like people need to see this.
Absolutely.
Like people need to see what just happened.
I agree. Like I feel like people love in person, people like to hang out with us like as a duo anyway. Like they want to talk about funny stuff, you know, joke and laugh. And I feel like why not let everybody in on the tea?
So you're welcome.
Welcome.
You're welcome. You're welcome and welcome.
Literally, you're welcome. I hope you guys enjoy. Yeah. So what is this gonna be about? Like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna like? I feel like this podcast will fall under multiple genres, but I like it that way.
It certainly will be. You know, I think it'll end up probably being like life through like our lens, you know, and how we've grown and how we've connected. You know, we've had like very like similar but also very like varied experiences from one another. Like, you know, we're both like from this country, families not from here, like we're first generation peeps. And we just been through a lot, so it just makes sense to share our view, because I feel like a lot of viewers out there and a lot of people like are gonna share that view and experience that we have. Also, if we can provide people some tips, like, you know, on fashion, on clothing.
Whether it be, fashion, clothes, you know, relationships, spitting game, the Riz.
light skin faces, bro. The whole trend with the light skin faces for me is hilarious.
The what?
You seen that trend on TikTok? Where it's like people do random shit and they put up they drink water. And they hit that. They're like checking the phone. They're checking the phone. I'm like,
oh.
It's literally the basketball.
Yeah. No, that's crazy.
You ladies okay?
No. This is gonna be so.
You ladies doing all right?
Okay. Yeah. All things story times. I mean, I'm sure we have a lot of stories from this past weekend, but we can get into that a little later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, it was lit. Atlanta came through for Halloween weekend.
I guess. Should we talk about Atlanta? Should we? I think that's on the list.
Yeah. So I mean, you moved here. Well, we went to. Let's go back. Ago. Let's tell the people like.
Oh yeah, like our journey.
Yeah. So
we just started, bro.
Yeah. No, we just track. I don't know. We just started, but this is why we need to just.
It's flowing though. It's flowing.
Right. It's flowing. It's flowing. So Georgia Southern, fall 2016.
Dude, whoa.
Yeah. I don't even know who I was, to be real with you, back then.
Yeah.
But I don't even know how we got close. I think, you know, BCA and like having like similar friends and all that. Then we decided to rush the same fraternity. Shout out to Phi Mu Alpha Symphonia. Yeah.
All hail, even though it might disappear, but that's another story for another day.
Yeah, maybe we'll cover that one later.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we met in choir auditions,
right.
choral auditions, and because we both sang the same part, at least at the beginning.
Yeah.
Before I started this journey of, I'm really a tenor, but I'm not a tenor, but I'm a tenor.
A tenor, yeah.
More on that on another episode.
So we're classical musicians.
Yeah, we sing a little bit. You sing a lot of it.
Honestly, I think you sing a lot of it.
You sing more genres though.
I like my background is like I grew up singing in the church, and then I don't know, that turned into like being in choir my whole life, and then I was like 11 years old, like making covers in my room and uploading them to Instagram and Facebook, and people were actually like, "Wow, you can sing a little bit," and I was like, "Hey." So then I was like, "What if I just went to college for it and studied it, made it my whole life?" There are some pros and cons to that decision. Yeah, there are some pros and cons to that decision, but I wanted to go to college for something I was passionate about, and I think you felt the same way. I think a lot of artists feel that way. Like, why spend time doing something you don't want to do?
Definitely,
so might as well do music. But yeah, I wasn't really the classical singer type when we got to college. I think a lot of people knew that. So it was harder for me to adjust to being like the music major and like doing all the classical things. But over time, I think I grew and adapted.
Yeah, you're great.
Somehow started singing opera. And then same thing with you, basically.
Yeah. For me, I think I was never really like a singer, you could say. Like I never really saw myself as like somebody who would sing like professionally. I was more of an actor. Like I always like doing plays, like one act theater, doing plays like in the Dominican Republic when I was young. Like I was always doing plays, and I just wasn't afraid to be on stage, and I wasn't afraid to like be a fool. I think like my whole life, I just never really be afraid of like making myself a fool of myself on stage.
That might be something we have in common too, because we will be making a fool out of ourselves on this podcast.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. You guys should be looking forward.
Yeah,
to
you should. You should.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, out of that love, and then I did a lot of band, and I became really familiar with like music and classical music, independent from singing opera, and. Then when it came to go to school, I was like, yeah, man, I should probably go to school for music, and music performance has made sense. Like I get to perform and I get to learn more about music. So there it was. But to be honest, like I wasn't like, oh my God, I'm going to be a classical musician. Like I never had piano lessons. I'm like a lot of our colleagues, like I had voice lessons
fine arts
coming
academies.
out.
Yes,
like,
did the whole shebang.
Yeah.
And like, while I felt like another rude awakening that I think I wasn't ready for was like, I feel like in every music program, there are people that were like, in high school, it was like big fish, small pond type thing where like, you might have been one of the people with one of the most nicest voices in the high school choir and you were like feeling yourself and everything. But then when you get to college and you want to be a music major, it's like a whole different game. It's a whole different game. And like,
it's a rude awakening.
A lot of people get, weeded out because that process is very rigorous. Very rigorous. It almost took me out. So
yeah, man. I feel like, I mean, now like taking a glimpse into like the professional opera world, I guess. Like, I feel like the more humble you can be, the better. Honestly. Like in every stage. I guess this is a shout for the people in the audience. But like, if you want to do music, just understand that every level you go up, like every ladder you jump, whether it's from high school to undergrad to grad, everything in life, really, honestly, any level you jump, any position, you're at work, like you're a professor and now you're tenure.
Right.
Everything resets. Like you're back to square one.
Yeah.
And if you're somebody who like prides yourself too much on your own like self-image and how you value yourself in accordance with how other people like view you.
Yes.
It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. And I'm not gonna lie, like I in my life, not because of my past or anything like that, or maybe, I don't know, probably.
Yeah.
I have put a little bit of value in that, and
I did
it's a rude awakening, man.
Yeah.
Because you get there and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
These dudes are...
Right, exactly. It's like, that's crazy. Also, I think being in, obviously, Southern Georgia, Statesboro.
Hey. Prettiest little city in the world. Prettiest little football stadium.
Prettiest little stadium in the world.
I got y'all.
Yeah,
Go Eagles.
it was a cute little time.
I got y'all.
I
love.
You loved
The
it?
Eagles. I mean, no, I love the football games.
Oh, the football games. Yeah, no, the football games used to be
Yeah,
turn. Yeah,
yeah.
those were fun.
We used to be lit at football games,
We
man.
used to be lit.
Because you used to
Yeah.
get the little VIPs. You
We
remember that?
yes. Yes. I also remember like all of the tailgates and
The free
pre-gaming.
food, man. Oh my god.
Oh, but yeah. So then we finished undergrad. So I changed my major for what, a semester? I think I left for a semester because everybody told me growing up that I should like be a teacher, and like that was my second option. But I didn't want to be a music teacher necessarily because I like performing, which is obviously why I went the performance route.
Hmm.
But I feel like I do like kids a lot. And so I was like, why can't I just try and see if I can be a teacher? But then the whole thing that I was telling you about my like the artist inside of me was like, this is not what you need to be doing. Like you need to be singing, you need to be creating, you need to be like making
Making
music.
your thing.
And so after a long semester of just a bunch of classes that I didn't want to be in, then I was like, I'm just gonna go back. So I came back to the music department at Southern, and I grinded really hard because I was like, this is what I want to do. So it's this or nothing. And
You're right
then
there.
yeah, and then I actually ended up taking another year. We were supposed to. You graduated on time, obviously, in 2020. I was a year late.
Barely. Well, we can talk about more of that later.
Right, we talk about that later too.
I just gotta think that I know Spanish
Yeah,
to graduate on
no,
time.
that
But
was crazy. That was literally crazy. Yeah, and then we went to the same school for grad school too.
hmm yeah, yeah.
I didn't
Which
know
is
if that was
awesome.
gonna work out. I really didn't know if that was gonna work out. I had like gone to visit him at UT a lot. And it was a great time from what I could tell. Um, and it's a pretty good program. So I was like, oh, hopefully we'll be able to, But then at the time, it wasn't really working out. Like I was getting offers elsewhere, wasn't hearing, and then something just changed. And then somebody
Turn it
called me.
around.
Yeah, one of our professors called and was like, "Hey, we have this and that, and do you want to come?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then my best friend being there was a plus. So grad school. Now we can talk about grad school. Go Vols.
Yeah, go balls. Football games are also crazy at the balls.
Yo, yeah, that was
Not the
crazy.
same VIP treat. I'm a little upset about
Yeah. No.
that. I didn't date good enough.
Yikes! Yikes! I don't. Yo.
Out of pocket, out of pocket,
Okay,
out of
okay,
pocket.
okay. Yeah, no, no.
I
I
told
love
you I
that though.
wasn't
That was
afraid of you.
great. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was great. If you caught it, you caught it. If you know, you know. But yeah, so the first time I walked into Neyland, it was like my first football game at UT ever, and I was just like, oh, I was thinking it was gonna be like another small, game like Georgia Southern, but then like
Chill, but
I forgot that UTK is an SEC school, so like there are hundreds of thousands of people everywhere. And so when I walked out like into the stadium and I saw everybody, I was like, whoa, like
yeah, it feels like a movie.
it
Like it feels
yeah,
like a
I
movie.
felt like I was in a movie for sure.
Like the color scheme, like it's very like 70s esque to me.
Yeah.
Like when I walked in there, I was just like, wow, like this is kneeling.
Yeah.
Like this is football. This is football.
No, I was like, is this like some movie that I'm in where like
Yeah.
I go to a big school and I'm like, I don't know, trying to find my way or something? One of those inspirational
Better,
movies.
honestly, to me, like better than an NFL game because I,
Yeah.
I went to see. I'm a big sports guy,
Mhm.
audience peep. So if you got sports questions, you want us to talk about sports, you can drop it in there.
Right.
I'll try to get Shaq. I'm gonna
I'm a
try to get
little less
Shaq
knowledgeable on
to
sports.
dive in.
Honestly. I mean, I ran track, but that was about it.
Go, hey, you're
I'll
right
watch
there.
some basketball and football though if it's a good game and I want to see who wins, but like you won't catch me like religiously being like
Well, the experience at the Vols, like what you live there, like to me was deeper than like the Steelers game I want to see here. It was cool to see, but people at the college level, like they are partying at another. It's another level. It's
yeah.
another level. College football is another level.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand that before. I used to be one of the ones that was like, oh my god, like I only watch NFL football. Like why am I watching amateur football?
Yeah.
And then I went to an SEC school and I was like, oh, Oh, I see why.
Yeah.
I see why.
No, I didn't notice it was a big school.
Yeah.
Even little realizations were like, we went to school at a Sunbelt university, like Georgia Southern. There was always parking. That was one thing I wasn't ready for. I like my first week of school, I was like literally late to class because I could not find a parking spot. And then I started to hear that it was normal for people to like skip class because they couldn't find a parking spot. And I was like, I got a master's degree to get. I can't just be skipping class because I can't find parking. But yeah, if anyone from UTK ever sees this, just build another parking garage.
Yeah.
Because what... And I heard that they let in like a record amount of freshmen for this year, and they allotted like 2 cars for every spot, which I think is dumb.
That's kind of an L idea.
Yeah. I don't think that's a smart idea.
Because I feel like most students have classes like during the same time.
Yeah.
Especially undergrads. Like if you're a business major, which is half of y'all out there, hi.
Yeah.
You probably don't have classes on Mondays,
right?
Because y'all don't really do much.
Jealous of those.
Y'all don't do
always jealous of those people.
Mad, bro.
And people will be like, "Oh, you're a music major, though. Isn't it easy?" No.
I have 19 credits.
Right.
And rehearsal.
Right. Yeah.
I have no time.
And they'll be like, "You got rehearsal today and tomorrow and the next day," and I'm like, "Yeah."
Yes. And I can't yell at the football game because I got to sing tomorrow. I got
now
GSR.
That is true. That's true for real. Yeah, I remember the freshman year though when we were auditioning for Southern Crown, and I remember, I'm not going to say who because I don't want to embarrass them, but somebody had bid day, like the day before, like sorority bid day, or 2 days before chorale callbacks, and so she had no voice. Luckily, she wasn't like a freshman, so she was already in the choir. But I remember our conductor being like, "So you just can't sing?" And she was like, "Yeah, we had bid day." And she was like, "Well, why did you go screaming if you knew you had bid day?" So it's like stuff like that. We have to
did that voice too accurate.
No, that was I remember her being like, "I can't sing. I can't sing."
I mean, go bid day. Yeah. I mean, as a singer, you just gotta understand that you are trading your life.
Yeah.
You're trading your life for the art. Like anytime you make a hobby your life, you're trading like other stuff. I mean, life is about sacrifices in general.
Right. Yeah.
But like that specific career,
you are sacrificing.
You gotta chill.
Yeah.
You can't be drinking like the night before a performance. You can't drink milk. Like there's all these things.
You can't drink milk.
Yeah, that's random. You can't drink milk. I love milk. Hey yo, but for real.
Wait, I drink milk. Why can't you drink milk?
Because it like mucus is your
I believe
throat.
that. That's me and coffee. I cannot sing if I've had coffee. Coffee gives me just like excessive phlegm.
Coffee before performances for me is like
what? I would be clearing my throat for the rest of the day. The rest of the day, I'm like
for real.
Yes. Anytime I have coffee, I cannot sing. I always have so much phlegm. I don't know what it is. But I'm also not like a normal coffee drinker, so I think whenever I drink it, it does things to me that I don't like. Like caffeine. Yeah, no, like caffeine. Growing up, like my mom always had us doing, drinking decaf. So when I tried nitro cold brew for the first time, of course I was unwell, but tea though. Every time I've sang publicly, whether that be an audition, a solo, any performance, I always have tea. Always have a cup of tea. That tea gets me together every time.
Tea on hand. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right before you sing. Right before. It just I feel like it just helps with any inflammation and just kind of makes you feel, especially with some honey, and then you go back and forth with that, maybe that and some water, like room temperature water. I don't like to drink super cold water.
Yeah. It's aggressive. Cold water is
so aggressive. It's like
cold water, like Tyson Fury, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, right to the face,
like some crispy Sprite.
And some people love cold
McDonald's Sprite.
Some people get cold water and put ice on that shit.
That's sick.
If you get cold water and you put ice in your cold water, dude. Oh, it's not cold enough.
You must want your teeth to fall out because. What are you talking about?
Some people just like pain. It's all right.
Right. Some people. Well.
I mean.
Yeah.
Hey.
I mean.
Sometimes.
Sometimes I'm like, maybe we like pain. We did choose the music major.
It's all love. It's all love. We do it
really is all love. Like I wouldn't trade it for the world because I feel like we wouldn't have met.
Right.
Oh, but yeah,
life would be different.
Life would be definitely different
if
I didn't choose to follow my passion. And if you're watching this and you're maybe in high school or you're trying to figure out if you should switch to whatever your heart is desiring, then you should do it.
Yeah.
We're here to tell you that you should do
Just do it. Like, you have time. You know what I mean? Like, even if it doesn't work out, like, you don't want to go in with that mindset. But the reality is that you have time, and there's always other things you can do. Like, to never not choose something.
Yeah.
Because it's not the right thing. Like, no. You know, if you love it, like,
it's
that's the one. You
it's
know.
Worth it.
You know.
Because then you feel like all the hard work that you've been doing is actually for a purpose.
It's for
you know
something.
What I mean?
Yep.
Like, everybody is always talking like, oh my God, like, not to get dark, but like the world is gonna end soon and blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, might as well spend the last days doing what I'm down to do.
Right.
You know, I feel like there's no reason to create like a version of yourself that's not accurate,
authentic.
Or like authentic.
Yeah. Purpose is everything.
Purpose is everything.
Yeah, goals is everything. Dreams is everything.
Dreams is everything. And
quote that.
And it's weird that sometimes as artists I can't even remember that myself.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'm like, oh, I should just give up, or like I'm always second place to somebody else, or you know, whatever, yada yada. But I just kind of remember that when I do get to do it, when I do get to be on stage, or when I do get to like perform for people, I feel this unexplainable joy that like I don't feel when I'm not on
elsewhere.
Stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I share that with you, man.
Yeah.
There's nothing else like performing, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I mean, I've met a lot of people who are like, oh my God, like I can't believe you like can just get up there and sing or talk, or even I was an Apple.
Yeah.
It was like, how do you just like, all right, hello everybody, like I'm gonna talk about these iPhones. Like what? People are like, dude. And nah, like you get a joy out of that.
Musicians have, because we're used to being up in front of people trying to impress them.
I mean, yeah, but I see it more as like sharing, sharing in this
when it
moment.
Comes to auditions and stuff.
Oh
where it's
yeah,
like you have to like walk in the room and meet this person. It's like,
think about a job interview. Think about the worst job interview, but
the worst job.
The interviewing material is what you've done for the past like 9 or 10 years of your life, and you're showcasing it all in the one moment. Yeah, in a foreign language. In a city that you probably just went to, like an audition I just did in Denver. Yeah. I literally went off the plane. I got there at 9 a.m. I literally hung around Denver, not doing shit. Audition was at like 4. I had my audition and I left the same night. Yeah. And at that point, like, you just gotta present yourself. Like, it's same with like any job interview. You just present yourself in the moment that you're in, like, just enjoy it. That's what I did. I dabbed the piano up over. How's your day going? What's up?
And that's why you're my friend. That's why you're one of my best friends, because I feel like we didn't allow our desire to be on these people's stages like our whole personality trait.
Exactly.
I'm gonna say that again.
Yeah.
We didn't allow our desire to be on people's stages our only personality trait.
Right. There's other phases of life. You know, there's other things to talk about and to do.
Yeah.
And you know, don't miss out on life.
Don't miss out on life.
Go party. Like take risks.
And we did that, and we learned. I learned. You know what I mean? Like I had to go and be crazy freshman year of college to realize that like what I wanted for myself, and how, you know, I came to the realization of how hard I wanted to work to accomplish whatever I wanted.
What you want. Yeah.
And what I wanted at the time was that music degree. So here we are with 2 of them, 4 of them put together.
4 of them put together. There's a lot of degrees here.
In this room.
Also a lot of student loans in here.
So don't worry, we are educated. We're here to spread good advice.
Sally Mae, if you're watching this, I just wanted to say I love you. If you could just spot me like 20K. Just knock them off. Like, I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm not going to tell anybody. Mohela, if you're listening, I love you.
No, literally.
I love you.
I don't know.
Please.
My first payment is coming up.
Government, please.
My first payment is coming up. And I'm a little worried about it. Just a little bit.
Just apply for the like little deferment thingy.
Oh, is that a thing?
That's a thing. The safe plan. The safe plan. It's literally $1 a month. I'm on it right now.
So like you just let it like just defers.
Just $1 a month.
Indefinitely?
Well, it's based on your income. So yeah, especially with me leaving Apple,
like the payments.
Dude. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude.
I thought you were
I'm
paying
like at
$1 a month
the
to like
bottom
put
of
it
the
off. Because I was like, can't you technically do that forever? Because I would.
I mean, while the
Would
plan
it?
exists, yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah. No, student loans. When they kept like pushing it back after like 2020, and they were like, they kept adding on time. I was like, thank God.
well, I feel like I wasn't paying it at that time, so I was like, all right,
Yeah.
same shit. And now they sent me like my first statement, and it was like $600. I was like, y'all are wild.
No. Wait,
Y'all
like,
are
your
wild. Wow. Yo, $600. If you're listening to the
crazy.
stream right now, I just pulled up my computer and I'm fake typing. Like,
No.
but
I don't like that.
yeah, ain't no way. Ain't no way. But let's transition. Let's transition. We talked about music.
Yeah, sorry, that went a lot longer than I thought, but
We love music.
yeah, we love music.
If you have music suggestions for us, love music suggestions, love playlists.
Yeah.
I love all music, even country. I know. Morgan Wallen, send it over.
Yeah.
Yeah, send it over.
Send it
Send it over. We'd love to listen to it. Maybe do a little review or something. Spin-off videos, whatever.
Or if you guys have music of your own that you want us to hear, you should send it to us. And we can do like a little review.
We could have you on via Zoom too. I mean, if you wanted to showcase your stuff. If you got books too, I love books.
Yo, if we had performers
show me
on
out
here,
some
that
books.
would be crazy. Yeah. Like if we had actual.
Well, that's the goal. That's the goal. It's coming. It's coming. Stay tuned.
You guys are not ready for the amount. Like there's so much in our there's so many levels to like our friendship, and I feel like a lot of people, our close friends, know like how much we've been through together and like how it all started. But this podcast, it was just like it just made sense. I said this to you before, but I'm gonna just keep saying it because it just really does make sense. I think it makes sense for our friendship. I think
it's just a great idea.
It's just a great idea. We have, I mean, like we're into like fashion, music, classical and non-classical. The fact that we're both classically trained tenors and we can still whip out a guitar or like something and like play some pop or some jazz and like get down and actually have fun.
Yeah.
It's that's crazy.
And know a lot about other musics too.
Yeah. Yeah. I do have some experience, like actual experience with other genres, and that's been something that I think set me aside from a lot of people, and that might have also been like my downfall. Kind of, I feel like sometimes I feel like I was perceived as such a different singer through school because I wasn't fully a classical.
Well, there's just whole nother perspective on this industry in specific.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to like we should probably move on from this topic. I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry, it's because we're nerds. That's why. But we'll edit it. Whatever.
Yeah, we'll
just like yeah.
But one thing I will say though, just to
wrap it up.
Nip it in the bud.
Right.
The slam dunk. If you're listening to the pod, I just literally slam dunk. I did like a 10-foot vertical jump.
Yeah. I forget
y'all should have seen
this is audio and visual.
Yeah.
Like I'm forgetting that. Like I'm thinking that this is for that and not also for people who are just listening.
Right.
That's kind of cool.
It's for both.
That's kind of cool. Yeah.
But
I recommend watching, if you're listening, I recommend watching the
video. Yeah. If you have time.
Yeah.
Put it on.
Because we'll also be like dressing.
Very, like,
maybe we can like do some outfit hauls or something. Y'all can see our outfits.
Advice.
All the vibes.
Dressing advice is coming.
Yes.
Fashion advice, health advice.
Yes.
Like, facial routine advice. Like,
yeah.
cleaning yourself advice.
Yeah.
We got you. Got you.
Men can have a facial routine as well.
Yeah. And women too.
I haven't broken out in a while.
Some people don't be.
Some people don't. Yeah.
But on the classical music industry, I'm sorry, and just to wrap that up, I feel like there's always like this like stigma on this industry in specific of like if you're not 100% into this, especially in academia, you're not valid.
You're not valid.
Like when I got that Apple job,
I hated that.
People like put me aside, like they didn't like reach out to me about competitions because they thought, oh, he's selling out.
Yeah,
I'm like, no, I just need to pay bills. I'm not selling out. This is what I love. I just need to pay bills.
Yeah.
I want to live comfortably for a little bit. So, and that allowed me to do a lot. Like, that allowed me to do what I'm doing right now and to get equipment. And I'm still, like, getting money from that. So,
for real. And it's like, they wanted us to, like, not pay our rent and stuff. They were like, oh, you can't come to this because you have to work. And I'm like, do you have my rent money? Because if you have my rent money, you just want to send it to me, then I'll come. I'll come.
Right. Well, like, shout out to some professors though who are really flexible. Like some professors are really flexible. But some I don't want to drop names, but no, we're not. Like y'all know who you are. Right. I love you. Yeah. And I respect all of y'all. Yes. And I really respect all of y'all. Like in general, I just think there's a lot of time that's been put into to be in those positions, and the people who I work with, all of y'all, like, impressive, incredible, outstanding. So nothing but positive.
Taught us how to sing.
Love.
Taught me how to.
Yeah. How to arrange his vocal thing to yell. Real. And some people in the pod probably want to hear us sing at some point. Yeah. We'll probably put some things up for that. Fun. I don't think this pod is for that specifically. Yes, yeah. But, just follow us on social media.
And honestly, we're taking suggestions too. So if you guys want to see something specific or ask us something, we should do like a Q&A one day. That would be fun. Yeah. I feel like people want to ask us a lot of out-of-pocket stuff.
All right, Halloween weekend.
We're pivoting.
Yeah, dude. I'm sorry about yesterday, bro. I just really wasn't feeling it.
No, I know.
Like
we should have waited. We should have waited to go out Saturday.
That's what we should have done. Like literally, I was sick.
I was ill, and what was crazy is that I was fine. I was literally fine. So I was trying to make it to round 2, but okay. So before Halloween weekend, Atlanta in general.
Oh, okay.
How long have we both been here?
Yeah, Atlanta, I think for me, 2 years.
I just got here in July.
Maybe. Yeah, less than that, yeah.
Yeah, so like 4 to 3 months.
Atlanta's cool. We practically grew up in Atlanta, but in different areas than what we're living in right now.
Yeah, for sure. I was in the suburbs. I wasn't even in the city, so this is my first time living in the city, and I'm like,
me too. Whoa. I had to drive like 45 minutes to get to where I'm at right now from where I grew up. And dude, Atlanta, I mean, 3 things about Atlanta.
Okay.
3 things about Atlanta for me.
Yeah.
The traffic.
Oh, it's terrible.
We gotta say that.
It's terrible.
We gotta say that. It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
There's a lot of people here. There's a lot of cars.
Oh my God.
I mean, rush hour.
It's all the time.
And you can't predict it. Because sometimes like traffic will be great. And if you're somebody who likes to cut it close with timing, you can't do that in Atlanta because you never know. Like sometimes, like they will artificially create traffic on a day where there's not traffic. By just doing a construction or something, just to slow you down.
Specifically you.
Yeah, they're gonna close down 2 lanes on Saturday at 3 p.m. And you're like, dude, there's supposed to be no traffic.
So imagine you running out of the house and you're like, I'm gonna be there soon. Like I'm only 10 minutes away, and then you put
the maps on,
and it's like 29 minutes, and you're like, what? So I when I moved here, I remembered I was like, I have taken for granted free flowing traffic.
Yeah. I also don't like the very like material driven culture of Atlanta. I felt like we went to school in like smaller towns, and being in like Knox, I feel like it felt more okay to go out with like $50. It felt more okay to go out with like $60 in your bank account, than here where, it's like all the VIPs.
It's at least 20.
It's like, nobody's talking to you unless you got like bottle service. Like
now that is a culture everywhere because my sister lives in Houston and she was telling me the other day that she feels like that kind of culture is getting too far too, where like there's like she said she walked into the bar like with her friends and sometimes she wishes that there just weren't so many seats and like sections and people just sitting down just eyeing you if you're not in a section. So there's that weird like awkwardness of like,
it's not as warm. It's not as inviting. I feel like we could walk like into like a place in Knox, for example, and like immediately like make friends or like there was like a dance, something going on, or we could talk to people. Like we go to a rooftop and meet people. I mean, how many people we met at that rooftop? The volleyball girls.
Yeah. Oh my God, endless.
Endless people.
Endless people. At that rooftop. Yeah, the Knox rooftops were kind of lit.
They were kind of lit.
They were lit.
And like I feel like here people are just like.
They're so like they're in their section and they're just like smoking in their hookah like, and I'm like,
Yeah, I gotta watch a video for that one.
Yeah. But no, like I feel like it's just I don't know. I'd rather just walk in and not have a place to sit down because that forces people to dance and like have a good time and like talk to each other. But I think everybody is trying to find that norm. I don't know what the word I'm thinking of. That a sense of normal life after the pandemic. Like I feel like everybody's trying to like go back to the way life was. But unfortunately, we've all been changed. Everybody has anxiety now. I mean, we spent 2 years inside, so
yeah,
we could talk about the pandemic and all that whenever. But I'm just saying
that's gotta be an episode of its own.
I feel like that in itself, everybody got depressed and like very self-aware, and I don't know. I just feel like the culture is different, and like you walk into a club now and like everybody's eyeing you, and it might not even be because they want to fight or anything. It's just kind of like everybody still is dealing with that awkwardness of dealing with that anxiety and like
there's a
actually
lot
being
of like
willing to
putting
walk
on
up to people. Yeah.
I will say though that this Halloween was I didn't feel like that. I feel like the places
Me
we went
either.
to like it felt welcoming. Like we went to like the Midtown area.
Yeah.
And from what I can remember, yeah, we met a lot of people. We had some cool conversations. I feel like we had some conversations.
Our
with
Uber
some
driver
people.
was
Our Uber driver
a 10.
Yeah, the first one was amazing.
Yeah. Wait, what's his name? Daryl?
Yes.
Daryl, if you're watching
out there,
this, hopefully
all the love.
Yeah, like Daryl. Hopefully you'll see this. I don't know if he will, but if
he might.
If you do, the advice that he gave us was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Essentially, like we we got into this Uber and we started talking to the Uber driver, and then Shaq like asked the Uber driver if he has any advice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For a 26-year-old black man, because he was an older black man, and I was just like, I feel like you have some wisdom to share. And he
did. He started laying it on, bro. You seen a podcast on YouTube talking about how to be rich next by 30? He was right there, bro. He had that podcast right here.
Yeah. And I mean useful information when it comes to like investing, real estate, like timing. He told me that if I put away $25 a month, which I've started, I'm religiously going to do this, $25 a month, by the time I'm his age, I should have like tens of thousands of dollars saved away, which is crazy to think about, but it makes sense.
Compound interest is impressive.
Yeah, so all of that was crazy. So that was a good start to the night, and I also feel like the whole culture thing about like sections that's like in the club. I feel like going to a bar in Atlanta and then going to a club in Atlanta are two separate things.
Sure.
And I feel like when we do, the clubs have the best music, but the bars have the best vibes.
Yeah, but
that's not how I feel.
Even the club here, I don't know what it is about it. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just also maybe. I'm just lame.
Yeah, no, he's not lame. He's not lame. Well, if he's lame, then I'm lame. Yeah. So, but no, I feel like
the lame podcast.
Right. Should we tell? We still haven't even come up with a name.
We don't have a name. Yeah, there is no name.
Like, see how this first episode goes, and like what the vibe is gonna be like. Like even now, like I was nervous, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't like nervous like in a bad way, but I was like nervous, excited because I couldn't believe we were actually doing this today and like actually starting it. But I feel oddly comfortable. Like I'm not. I don't feel pressed. Like we're
just hanging out.
Yeah, we're literally just hanging out, and the only difference is that we're recording it and letting other people hang out with us. And I think that people are gonna have a good time.
They're gonna love it.
They're gonna love us. Hopefully, you guys love us.
And if you don't, keep it to yourself or
scroll. Where's the exit video?
Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Wherever it'll be, you can hit whatever. Just swipe out.
And if you don't, nah.
No, I'm just kidding. Don't
keep watching. Drop in the comments, like, just be mindful.
If you're watching this episode, comment whether you're a friend or a new person. If you know one of us, say hey, and just so we know you guys are
We'll show you some love on the next podcast. Maybe we can have like a list of names. We just hit like hello to so and so from ba 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 ba. Yeah. We can even tell a little story about. Oh, come on.
The Q&A is gonna be fun.
Like, where do we know them from, bro?
If we just take questions for a whole week and then just answer all of them for an episode, that would be fun.
Yeah, and get in there because we got some crazy stories.
We do.
Yeah, a lot of stuff is coming.
Some of that will come up on its own, or we'll just like, as you guys can tell, our conversations like, you know, we have like a general layout of what we like want to cover, but we also don't want to plan too much to the point where it's like not authentic and like original.
Robotic. Yeah. The magic comes when you like get off topic. Yeah. And then you like end up somewhere crazily remote. You know? Like,
I feel like what we plan to talk about is getting talked about, but like we're not, we're kind of just allowing ourselves to kind of like freely maneuver between these topics. Yeah. Yeah, but we were talking about Atlanta in the club.
Yeah,
but
club stories.
That's basically it. It's like the section and the bottle girl thing is like taking over.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And it's just, there's also like this like super crazy like guy culture too. Like every single guy, at least in like clubs like Havana, it's just so like predatory.
Yeah.
That is gross. Like I think out of the 5 times I've been to that club, like twice or 3 times there has been some sort of altercation with people there. And like I'm a chill guy. My friends are chill. Like we're chill.
We're chill.
We're so chill.
But we're also don't start none, don't be nothing people.
Yeah.
Don't start none, won't be nothing.
And if we see you doing something wrong, like if you're like pressing a girl or something, or like
we gonna step in.
Like we're gonna step because like we believe in what's right.
Yeah.
You know, but
like have a good time, but have some class.
Just have a good
and be respectful. I think a lot of people in the club are forgetting how to do that recently.
I don't even want to get into that, bro. I don't even want to get into it just yet.
That as like a story time.
Yeah, that's gonna be another episode.
Because the stuff that we've been through in the club is
dude,
sick.
Remember when that dude like grabbed me by the collar? You remember that? Yeah.
And then some girl literally tried to fight me. She tried to fight me.
That's not the first time that's happened, though.
I don't know.
That was in Havana.
Look, I don't.
But that happened before. I feel like that happened before. I feel like it happened.
Can we cuss on that? Are we cussing?
Yes.
Okay. Let me be clear. For everyone who's watching, testing for everyone who's listening, I don't fight with bitches. I'm a man. I'm gonna say that again. I don't fight with bitches. I'm a man. So I don't know what is going on, but I think that time, I don't know if she thought that I don't know, but she like tried to throw her drink on me. It was like this huge thing. And I was like, girl, why are you touching me? I don't know you. Did you just put your hands on me?
It was
like,
beef. It was
honestly,
beef.
Like, if I was a girl and she had done that to me, she would have gotten her ass whooped. But because I was a man, I had to just like give her a good cussing and then just walk away, because I was like, the fact that her as a woman feels comfortable, she feels comfortable that because I'm a man, she feels like she can put her hands on me. That's crazy.
You gotta respect the bubble, man.
Yeah,
and
nothing even happened. Like I hadn't said anything to her. I don't know her. I didn't know her. She just, I don't know if she was drunk and she thought I was somebody else or what happened, but
all I seen is her just like try to like put her hands on you, and I was like,
me, and I was like, what?
And I was talking to her friend, and I said, hey, bros before, okay, you already know.
Always. That's one thing I can.
And I was like, fool, what's up?
Like, what's good? Like, relax.
Yeah, relax, man. Oh my god.
But yeah, we'll cover that. We'll cover. We got a lot more where that came from.
Yeah.
So we'll touch on that.
There's a whole segment for that. I'm sure it's coming. But we should pretty much wrap it up. I think we're at that the certain time. We gotta talk a little about current events. We said we would talk about current events. So 2 instances I want to say, they're probably the biggest ones. So there's a lot in the world. I mean, there's a lot of the world. There's stuff in Ukraine and stuff like that. Number 1, close to us, like the shooting that happened recently. 18 dead. I think the last thing I saw in Maine. I have family who live up there in Maine, and Maine is like a super quiet place. Like Maine is not like, it's not like Atlanta. It's not like New York. Like it's not bustling. It's not. And for something like that to happen in like a like the guy went to like family friendly like public places. Like it was like a bowling alley and like a restaurant and bar. Guys, we gotta do something about guns. We gotta do something about guns.
Yeah,
It's getting out of
I
hand.
truly, if you are not like in favor of gun control, I'm like, are you
Are you
just like,
human?
are
Like,
you like living with under a rock or like with your eyes closed? Like people are dying every day. Some of these incidents don't even make the news, which is crazy
exactly.
to me. Um, so there's like probably more shootings happen. We just like aren't hearing about them, but yeah, if
And the
yeah,
level of weaponry is what's insane. Like
yeah,
an automatic like AK-47 style rifle, which
mhm,
is of like a very potent weapon. And I don't believe on like completely getting rid of them, but you could access them at like a gun range. Like if you
mhm,
want to feel the fun, you can go to a gun range. You can do whatever you want.
mhm.
Like I understand that people love those things and they love to have them, uh,
Which is scary in itself.
but the risk like of having them. And at some point it was illegal here in the States to have an
Yeah.
automatic rifle. Like
Hmm.
so why are we not there? Why are we not there? Why are we not background checking people? Don't
Yeah,
even take the guns away. Like
we're just letting anybody buy
let me
one.
link the gun to you so I can know where you're at with the gun.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Just in case.
and
Like
there needs to be a full mental evaluation, like
yeah.
all types of stuff, because people will also present themselves as being okay, and they want this gun for this, X, Y, and Z reason, but in reality,
Well, the healthcare thing is just a whole nother episode.
yeah,
Mental care in the States is practically unavailable if you don't
yeah,
have a certain amount of money or a certain job. Forget about healthcare, forget about your medicine, forget about
forget
life, forget
about
about living.
yeah,
Like
about having your
you don't have a nine to
well-being.
five, what?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You don't work for like an Apple, you don't work for like this certain
a
company,
company, yeah, a
then
specific company, yeah,
you can't afford healthcare. You can't afford to live.
sick,
That's crazy, bro.
yeah,
That in
ridiculous.
some
It's
ways,
ridiculous.
call me crazy. In some
Yeah,
ways, that's the way that those companies and things kind of keep us just enslaved to working to them
yeah,
because we have to, because we
yeah.
don't have a choice.
Even I work. I mean, I work a 9 to 5 right now, and
That's
I feel
to me,
like
that's wild.
it's only been 3 months, and I already feel like a robot in the system that is like the United States. Like
Boo.
I feel like a puppet, like going to work
Boo.
for the better of the country.
America. No.
But they don't care about me
They
or
don't care
my
about,
health.
bro, they don't care about people here. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
And then on the next topic, the whole like Palestine Israel war, man.
yeah.
Just sending out hearts to
To all the
victims, people
families
like
of, yeah,
we complain about the states, but that's
right.
living in that situation. Like not to make anything here easier because here things here
We
are
got
pretty
our own we
shitty.
got our own struggles here. Yeah, in the
But
U.S.
dude, like living in a war zone, living in like a land prison, like that's tough.
Yeah,
That's tough.
I can't imagine. And like I've seen a couple posts from like um friends who have friends that are like trying to flee, or like I have friends that like can't get in touch with some
Hmm.
of their friends or family members. So
Yeah.
sending love and support. I wish there was more that we can do. Because obviously sending love and support doesn't really, let's be real,
I
it
mean, it
doesn't
doesn't really
it doesn't
do
really do anything,
much, at
but
least like for us.
we mean it.
But
We really do mean it. Like
I think like sharing it with people though, like through the platform,
spreading the word, yeah.
does something. Like
Yeah,
there's got to be some sort of awareness into
for
that.
sure.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
That being said, thank you for tuning
yeah,
in.
thank you guys for tuning in. This was a great first episode. We really ate
Yeah,
that up. That was really good.
yeah,
This is
we
really
really
good.
did.
Yeah. I
The
mean,
arc was
soon
beautiful.
we'll tell them what a posting schedule looks like when we have one together.
Yeah. This will probably be going up on Saturday
Mhm.
of next week,
next weekend.
which is in October. It's the first Saturday of October.
Yep.
And
November.
November
Isn't it crazy that it's November? I'm like, oh my God, we're in
2023.
Thanksgiving, Christmas.
2024 is like next month.
My God.
I love I love Christmas. I love the holidays. I love lights. I just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah.
I don't know why that just came out of me, but I love the holiday season. I'm not even that religious, but I just love.
Wow.
I just
And
love it.
recently I've been struggling to get to every year I've been struggling to get in the holiday spirit.
Bro, play them bops. I'm gonna send you a playlist.
Deck the halls.
Deck the halls with. Oh, I said we wasn't gonna sing in here.
No, literally. We can't. We're always like, we're not gonna sing. We're not gonna sing, and then we sing anyway.
Alrighty.
But yeah, thanks y'all for watching, for listening. Testing for the ones that are listening.
Please
we
follow
haven't
us
forgotten
for more.
about you.
Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts.
We'll link our. We'll
every
have like an
podcast
Instagram.
platform.
Yeah, we'll have a podcast Instagram, and then we'll also, I'm sure, link our personal Instagrams.
The bio will have some sort of name.
Yes.
And some sort of name. It might not be the final name. So if you have a name suggestion.
Yeah, drop those too.
Yeah. IG. Probably not Twitter because fuck Elon Musk.
We're good on Twitter. Yeah.
Respectfully.
On X.
Yeah, on X.
Yeah, we're good on that.
And
but catch us on Instagram for sure.
Yeah, IG and Facebook.
And for our listeners, where do we plan to upload everything? Is it going to be on like?
It'll be on Facebook for sure. It'll be on YouTube for sure, video wise. So
yeah.
If you want to see it, catch us there. If you want to listen to it, iTunes podcast, Spotify podcast,
nice.
FM radio, like all
FM radio.
Yeah, there's an app online. So all the different little podcast solutions, I'm gonna try to get them on every single one. So if you're like, there's no excuse for you not to find it.
No, literally.
Look up the name.
No matter what you have, listeners, no, you should be listening. No matter what.
Look it up. Yeah.
I know we're in a Apple Music versus Spotify thing.
It's on both.
But it'll be on both. So
what do you use? Are you
Spotify.
Okay.
Apple Music. I had Apple Music, but I switched over because Spotify just has like more music.
It does.
You know.
It does. I'm coming back to Spotify.
Are you?
As soon as my free period is done.
Yeah.
Sorry, Apple.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Apple's gonna take over the world, probably.
I mean, it already has in some ways.
Soon they're just gonna have like iRobots that you can like have bring to your home.
Yeah. We could have a tech episode, but I feel like it's gonna die. I feel like it's gonna die
Apple?
down. Yeah, I think it will. I just think you once you get so high, like they're not innovating at a pace to outgrow like if you look at the market reports from last year, they made money, but they made less than they made before.
Yeah. And
this is after the pandemic where people like have saved up all this money and every big company is doing great.
Yeah.
Especially tech companies. Yeah.
Well,
cool. Thank you all so much for tuning in.
See
this
you
has
guys
been
for
the
episode 2
Input Name podcast.
Yeah. Insert name here.